Stonedead TV, Stonedead 2023. Absolutely great pleasure to talk again with Mr. Alan Nimmo. How the hell are you?
Oh, I'm grand, thank you very much, sir. I'm very glad to be here. This is a great festival. First time we've played here as well. So we were driving in this morning and we thought, oh, there comes the rain. It was absolutely pouring down on that A1 and I was like, oh, thinking, oh goodness. But then it cleared up. And luckily, by the time we were on, the sun was shining, and I couldn't actually keep my eyes open on the stage. I couldn't see out past in front of me, so great to be here.
What I love, when you look at the poster, is the diversity of bands. You guys are in there as well. You break up the day beautifully, and today your sound was exceptional.
Well, thank you very much, first of all, but it's was. You in this game, we've been in this long enough now, and you like to surround yourself with the right kind of people. And luckily enough, our front of house lad is fantastic. He really takes pride in his job. He's one of those guys. It's not we've got our show to do, and he's providing sound for us, but he's got his own show to do out there. He's very proud of what he does, and he wants to get it right for himself and for the band. So that's a blessing, because in situations like festivals, sometimes it can be a bit quick, it's a bit hectic, it's a bit crazy and manic, and everyone's running around backstage, and there's not a lot of time to get everything just the way you want it all the time. But I know that no matter what, when I'm standing on stage, I don't have to worry about the front of house, because I know that Dan's taking care of it, and that makes me a bit more relaxed, because I know that out there the people are going to, and that's what's important, the people out there listening to it. That's great.
How do you pick a set for something like this? Because it's not your own show, obviously. You need to cover your amazing back catalogue, play a couple of new ones as well, throw a few in there.
Well, it's like trying to get a cross section of 6 or 7 albums across in 50 minutes. Is very, very difficult to do. Plus the fact that you're always trying to be aware of your environment, where you are as well, and if you've got a 50-minute set like we had today, it's quite short for us, because we like to have breathing space in our light, and we like to bring the light and the shade to the songs as well, and try and my aim all the time is to try and get as many people from the front row as far back as I can in the palm of my hand. I want them to feel everything that we are and understand everything that we're doing and singing and all that. So trying to get that across in a 50-minute set on a festival, when you're trying to create an impact and sort of blast them with it. But the style of music we play. I mean, we arrived today and it was like I swear I thought I heard Van Halen. And I was like, okay. And like you say, the diversity of music is amazing. It's great, and that is something that unfortunately has been lacking in Great Britain for a very long time. We've been going to Europe to play festivals for years, and it is across the board. I mean, like from real heavy metal that we would have known as heavy metal to what new kids call heavy metal nowadays, to blues, to funk, soul, the whole lot. They just go right across the board, and it's good to see an array of different music with festivals like this now. Hopefully that's gonna rub off on a whole lot of other festival organisers, and they'll start thinking about a variation in music. Let's get a good choice of music in there. That's we all, not everyone wants to go to the big massive majors where the London pop stars are there and stuff like that, but there's a whole load of music in between here and here. There's all of us in between that's making the world tick in terms of music.
Exactly. We all listen to all sorts of different stuff. It's all a mood thing, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And I mean, today you brought a fantastic mood to the festival. The sun was shining, which makes it a great thing as it was.
Well, I think considering about an hour before that, it was pouring down, so I think they were happier to be out in the sunshine. But absolutely, it's nice to, like I say, with us and the style of music that we play, we try and provide a kind of a dynamic, if you will, and that's something that us being rooted in blues. That kind of dynamic in terms of the sound, sort of that light and shade up and down, creating breathing space, creating euphoria when it's necessary. I think that's something that I think sometimes people need that at a festival as well. They need something that just a little bit different to what they're getting, and it's hopefully that's what we did, and hopefully we gained a few new fans as well, because obviously there's a lot of people here that don't know who we are. So hopefully we turned a few people's heads, and we'll see them at another show down the line somewhere.
Because the good thing is, something like this particular festival, people are here and they appreciate all the bands.
Yeah.
They're not here to look cool.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it's not an image thing. They're here for the music.
Yeah. I mean, that's still, that gives us hope, you know, because there are still music lovers that want to come to festivals and want to come to touring shows and stuff like that. There's still lots of music fans out there that want to watch music and listen to music, and that's good. But that's something that we must be responsible for carrying on to the next generation. You know, we need to teach the younger kids as well. I mean, I sound like an old grumpy man, but we need to make sure that people. I think it's an awareness as well. You know, there's a younger generation needs to be aware that there's music out there that's live and alive, and that they can get excited about. They don't know it yet. They don't know that they can come to one of these shows and walk away going, wow, that was amazing, that was great. And that's what we need to keep on getting them. We need to keep on bringing them in for that. You know, it's our responsibility. We're the next ones coming up, and eventually getting old. so we need to take that responsibility from the ones before us.
So what was the point in your life, that your first gig, where you saw a band or an artist and you thought, oh my God, that's what I want to do, and you had the goosebumps on your arm?
Do you know, it's a difficult. I would say it probably happened over a couple of different things. First one was must have been very late 70s, maybe possibly, and lying in my living room floor, you know, with a dinosaur and a toy car, you know, a Tonka truck or something, you know, surrounded by musicians in my living room, my parents' living room, and you know, my old man was a singer, and the band he had, and I just have a great memory of hearing the Faces Stay With Me. That's what they were playing, you know. After that, it was sneaking into my brother's room and watching him play guitar, and just sitting there and just watching and just taking it all in, and then running off to my room, picking up a guitar and remembering what I'd seen, and that's how I learned to play guitar. That then, you know, like going to the Barrowlands in Glasgow, just that's like, you know, going to the Barrowlands, watching the Cult or Gun or Big Country. When you're in the Barrowlands watching Big Country in the late 80s, early 90s, wow, the place was bouncing. And it was the Barrowlands is a sprung floor, it's an old ballroom, so it's like everyone's just up and down it. It's absolutely magic. What an atmosphere, and that kind of makes you go, wow, you know, and things like that. And watching guys like, even, you know, going to my blues roots as well, watching Buddy Guy in front of a large audience, dropping the volume of the band piece by piece, so that he's got everyone in the entire room, maybe it's a marquee tent or something like that, everyone's silent. He's got them in the palm of their hand, and he's playing such gentle, quiet, silent notes, and then you watch the build up again, and that was a lesson in dynamics. Watching the Fabulous Thunderbirds doing that, just teaching you how to walk onto a stage and blast into a first song and go, wow, you've got me. From the first 10 seconds, that's it, I'm in. Whatever you do now, I'm happy. So loads of different things like that have made me just sort of really, and I think I found I discovered the passion that was already there. Yeah. I think that was the thing. Those things helped me unleash that, and it's all I can do now is walk on a stage and wear my heart on my sleeve. That's it. It's all honesty. It's all, and I truly feel that if you don't mean what you're doing, and you're not honest about it or passionate about it, they'll see through you.
Yeah.
You know, and you'll be found out eventually, and that's, you know, you'll go away and nobody will remember.
I imagine Big Country in the Barrowlands in the 80s was like a religious experience.
It was like a tribe. Tribe of 2,000 people just bouncing up and down, doing the old pogo. It was amazing. And you know what? Big Country were a phenomenal band as well, and still are. You know, in the formation that they are now. But they were just the energy. I think that's the thing that. I think it's the biggest thing that we've taken from the influences that we've had over our life, and is that raw energy. I mean, people used to used to compare me and my brother to Rory Gallagher. Now, here's a confession for everyone. I never listened to Rory Gallagher, but I get so many people saying you're so much like Rory Gallagher, but I realised that it was because of the passion and the energy.
Yeah.
Rory was a really passionate guy, and he put his heart and soul into a performance, and I think that's where the similarity is. Obviously we were influenced by the same guitar players, of course, but it's like, because people would say, you must be a massive Rory fan, and I'm an honest guy, so I never really listened to Rory Gallagher in my life, not until later on in life anyway. But back then, no. I mean, I was a huge Peter Green fan, Gary Moore even, and Thin Lizzy and early Whitesnake, Thunder, and then to Steve Marriott, Rod Stewart. But Free and Bad Company were the thing for me.
They were the boys.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I've ever been naturally drawn to something other in my entire life until I heard Free. The first Tons of Sobs album was at that point when I first heard it, at the age I was, it just blew me away. It just paved the way for who I was going to be.
Now, you're not a stranger to the area. Lincoln is just up the road.
Yeah.
Are you coming back for another Christmas show this year?
Yes, we are actually. Yeah. That's a great segue into that. Actually, well done. That's free advertising. We decided earlier this year we did want to carry it on, and because it's a great fun night for everybody, and we want to do it. It's great for us as well. I love doing it. It's great. And Lincoln's obviously historically where Lindsay and I started the band. And but it's also a great central location for people to come, and unfortunately people say, why don't you do a Christmas show in Glasgow? But then, to be honest, it takes away an opportunity for a touring show in Glasgow, so we try and keep to a neutral place like that's not really on the touring circuit, so it's good. But yeah, we're looking forward to doing it again this year. It's great fun. It's a very, very long day for us. But I think some people don't realise that. It's like, it's a very, very long, hard-working day, but it's all worth it in the end. It's great fun.
Oh, and we love seeing it.
Good.
It's tradition.
Of course it is, yeah.
That's the way it is. Like,
yeah,
we started a tradition.
We started it, yeah. And what do you want? That was the plan, it was to start that something that we could have as a traditional thing to do every year. Plus try and build upon it as well. And I mean, ideally, what I'd love to do with the Christmas shows is build it up. So much so that we're getting enough people through the door, so that financially it works, that we can actually start showcasing great bands, and we can start, almost like a King festival. Yeah. And that's still the plan, but it does take time to build that up. But we'll keep on working at it, and we will get it. We want it to be a monumental memory for people all the time, So and
a monumental merry memory.
Yeah.
Try to say that.
Yeah, so that's a plan, and we'll stick to that plan, and we'll get it there. I'm a determined such and such a person, So we'll get it going, and we'll make it work. Yeah, but for now, it's great that we get to do a Christmas show. The fans get to come and celebrate at the end of the year, because we've got so many of our loyal fans that literally follow us around. Like, there's people we see at every gig we do, and I keep thinking to myself, are you mad? But wow, I mean, that's tremendous.
Yeah.
It's tremendous to see that kind of dedication, and it's wonderful to know that people have got that much love for you, that they're willing to. That's what I'll just go anywhere to watch. I mean, we see people showing up in foreign countries that, all right, hello, okay, you're here.
It's really humbling, isn't it?
There's nothing more humbling. Someone said to me when we were on the Keeping the Blues Alive at Sea cruise there just last week, the Bonamassa cruise, and then you get sort of course you're stuck on a ship, there's no escape, so you get bombarded with people coming up for photographs, and autographs and whatnot, and they want to cuddle and kiss you, and which was what gave me the cold, to be perfectly honest. But I remember someone tapping me on the shoulder and sort of subtly saying to me, does it ever get boring? And absolutely, from my heart, it doesn't, because without these people, I don't have a job to do. Actually, these kind people spend a lot of their hard-earned money, and we all know how times have been tough lately. You know, it's been ever since the COVID and everything else. So this allows me to do what I do, and I'll never ever not appreciate. I'll never. It takes but 2 seconds to smile and make someone's day. It might mean nothing to others, but that's someone sometimes working up the nerve to come and say, do you mind if I get a photograph with you? It's like, absolutely not, of course not.
It can be life-changing.
Well,
it can be life-changing
to
some people because you could actually encourage somebody to pick up a guitar, like a young kid or something.
Absolutely,
and
yeah.
that kind of, and if it's the next generation,
well, I mean,
so be it.
For me, people talk about, when we're all young and kids, we all used to talk about that famous phrase about making it, and we all get older and we realise it's not quite as black and white as that, But money for me was never why I was in this, and still isn't to this day. Yeah, we all understand there's financial commitments that we all must, as adults, we must attend to. But money's not the drive, and there's been more than one story that's over the years for me that with people who have used our songs to have life-changing events happening in their life, and just last week was one more example that there was a young family there from Barcelona, and they had a young kid with them, and they listened to the words to one of the songs we were singing, and as we were in the theatre and playing, and as I was singing the song, he turned to her and he asked her to marry him. Because of that, we've had people that have chosen that one of our songs is two people have loved, and they didn't know each other, and then they eventually got to talk about their mutual love for the song, got together as a couple, had it as a first dance in their wedding. That's success to me. That's the only success for me. I don't care about money when things like that happen. That's to me. I've achieved part of what I always wanted. Someone has understood something I sat in a bedroom and wrote the way that I wrote it and the intention that I wrote it for, and that's, you don't get better than that. No. You just don't.
No. I can't say anything else after that. Alan.
Let's go before we start crying. Thank you. Thank you, brother.
You got me there, mate. There's his onions. It's Alan Nimmo. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cheers.